Okay. Things look like they're working. I say they look like they're working, but am I loud enough? Ooh, yeah, definitely loud enough. Oof. Definitely too loud. Oh, how I wish the cursor was easy or more easily visible. Do we have references? Let's have a look. Hmm. Gizmo size. That is that is much easier to see that bit. Now I just need to work out how to make the cursor bigger. Actually make it easy for people to see what's going on the screen instead of just like squinting. Okay. Anywhere, please. Wow, that's a lot of add-ons in there. Didn't used to have that last time I used this. Then the last time I used this, it was not on Steam. This is the key map. Not exactly what I'm after, I don't think. That's all fine. I guess that's the best we can do. At least for now. Make sure those are saved. It doesn't help that the cursor's white on a very creamy background. Okay, now. Trying to remember each of the bits that needed to be done for this. Because we can either cut it to add more bits in the middle, or extrude an edge to extend it from one direction or another. And the last time I used Blender was about 8 years ago. Other than like yesterday when I was doing some of this. Loop, cut, and slide, I think is what we're after. Yes, that's what we're after. Because that will give us a nice edge cut around the middle, which you can barely even see because of the colours. But there's an orange line that goes up or down, and we can click. I wonder if that's another option somewhere. The selection colour. Oh, this has way too many options. Why so many options? Oh, what would they be under? 3D viewport? Active object. There we go. Let's make that like really quite obvious if we can. So edge select, we want blue. Vertex select, make it blue. Actually, would. No, blue seems to be the easiest colour to read on this. Oh, that's a lot of colours. Increase the pixel size a little bit to make that easy to read on screen. And make edges a bit thicker as well. That's a bit nicer. I don't need it to be like really detailed right now because I am still remembering how it works and I'm just doing a very, very crude, basic shape. Okay, and would the cursor be in here somewhere? Because if the cursor's in here, and if we can make the cursor look a bit more clean, a bit more obvious. I'll just see the word spreadsheet in here makes me terrified. Tool? I guess not. Oh no, that is really just gonna end up making life pain because it's changing text colors. So it wouldn't be in the 3D viewport. Where would you be? Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that at some point off stream, I think. Otherwise, I'll be here all day trying to work out what the hell's going on. Right, let's make sure preferences are saved. Okay, that is a hell of a lot easier to read on the screen. A big blue line. Right, and we can hit 2. No, we can hit 1 to go to the side view. And start getting our basic shape down, at least from one side. A loop cut. And then another loop cut up here. Oh, I'm having trouble reading the down. I'm gonna need to look. I'm gonna need to Google this quickly. Blender cursor options. I don't want to talk about the 3D cursor. I want the actual cursor. Ooh. Okay, so it is in the theme settings. So preferences. And I just realised that the preference box, because it's a separate window, is not actually being picked up by Stream. Which is really helpful. Thank you. Right, theme settings. I think, is that meant to be in the text style? No, can't be. Editor? Okay, so it is there, but there's gotta be another one somewhere else, because that's the wrong cursor it's looking at. I can barely see the cursor myself when the screen's right in front of my face. Thanks, Google, for assuming I want to change the cursor color in Windows. No. Customize cursor. Nope, that's just more bullshit Windows stuff. Okay, selection cursor. Okay, this might be it. I don't know if I got Snow Sheep, or I haven't looked out of the window since yesterday. No, that's 3D cursor again. God damn it. That's widgets. Why can no one answer this simple question? I want to know how to change the color of the cursor. There's so many options. Why would you not let me just search for this thing? List height, no. Menu, no. Number field, no. Options, no. This is gonna kill me. But this little cursor here is wonderful when it's on a dark background, but as soon as it goes over here, it's really difficult to pick up on the screen and on stream, and I want to change it. Axis and gizmo colors, is this it? View align? No, that can't be the right one. No, that's not the right one. And none of those other colors match. Okay. Definitely some bone colors. We're not even close to bone yet. Come on, where the hell is this thing? Oh, I thought I was close there, but nope. You would think that just typing in how to change the cursor color would be enough. I did not want to spend the first 10 minutes of stream trying to fix this. Oh, that's wonderful. Someone did have the problem and found the solution and didn't say what it was. Okay. Well, I'm already lost because the one thing I did just find said system cursor and there's no system option. Are we under here? Is it not under themes at all? Nope, that is literally about the system. I am going to find out how the hell I do this, because I'm going to go mad if I don't. There's too many options. There's hundreds of colouring options to change things, and I cannot find the right one for this damn cursor. Oh no, that's just the gizmo up the top. Again, not massively useful. Anywhere that has the right colour would be nice, but I cannot find it. Right, one last Google, and if I can't find it, I'm going to smack my head against the wall until it looks a different colour. That's definitely not what I'm after. I feel if I clicked on any of the things there, I would have got a virus. Okay, no options there. I swear, if it's in a separate thing on this corner on this side, I am going to go mental, because it should be in the actual options. Yeah, that's still scene properties, but that's about the unit scales and everything. That's more for animating, I think. All the world properties not that useful. Collections, and then your objects, modifiers, particles, blah blah blah. I have zero idea. I'm stumped. Short of going into Clip Studio and changing the background color of the actual image that's being used, this is just going to end up being a massive pain. Right, so we need, is it, nope, that's not the right one. Is it S for scale? That one? No, that's scaling up and down. S, C. There we go. No, it was. So you do that one, you do that one. That's rotate. There we go. Kind of worked. There we go. You actually got it with the point where I actually started it rather than screaming at the options, Ace. Scale by Y. Scale by Y. I spent like a good probably 15 or 20 minutes trying to make it so this cursor that's currently on the left screen that's wiggling up and down, it's wonderful when it's on a dark background, but as soon as it goes over here, it's really hard to see where the hell you are. So I wanted to turn it blue. But good lord, the internet doesn't want to tell you how to do that. It doesn't want to tell you which of the 1,000 or so colour theming options you have to pick to select what colour cursor you want. I really wish I could just turn it blue. It would make life so much simpler. Oh, it would help if I actually selected both of them rather than just trying to scale a single. Scale by Y. And now I'm just going to get lazy. Give me that sweet, sweet Shift E. Was it Shift E? Or was it just... No, it's just E. And like I say, luckily, this is not the actual proper thing. This is just me remembering how to use the program. So I'm just doing it extremely crudely. But you remember how I did this back in the day. Because I once used Blender to make an incredibly detailed steampunk crab. It turned it into a weird banana. Although the shapes are relatively right. But no, we are probably going to have to do this properly rather than using subdivision and cheating. Would you kindly stop fighting in my chat about pickles? I will turn this car home. Turn this car around and go home. You know, shut up. I will shove you in the McFlurry machine and turn you into a McFlurry. And then I'll make sure the machine breaks so you melt, and no one ever gets to taste you. Oop, it's gone a bit wonky. That's what I get for you only using one viewport. I remember now. Rather than messing around by clicking on it like that, click on an edge. Nope, I'll do a vertex. Or not. I looked at this yesterday and I completely forgot already. See, look at how it was really easy to make the vertices massive for everyone to see what the hell's going on. Changing the cursor color though. Yeah. Right, I want to. There we go. That's the. So let's select that. W. Is it W? Nope. That just changes the type of cursor it's using. You know what? I'm just going to delete some of these off and start again. It's going to make it just easier. I need to make sure I actually stretch my wrists on this. Because weirdly enough, using a mouse for this is actually more painful than doing like 2 hours of drawing with a pencil. The last time I actually used Blender properly, I didn't have a drawing tablet. I mean, there's probably a way I can set this up so it's nice and easy to use the drawing tablet for, but we'll have to figure that out another time. I'm definitely seeing there's a annoying ridge in the middle. Which I think means that we need to move these ones forward. Since the middle ridge is actually where it's meant to be. Shift you across a bit, pull you out a bit. I'm kind of sad that Ginger's first thing where they made him do a modelling thing was a Viking helmet. The first thing they got us to do? A fucking Mini Cooper. An entire Mini Cooper. They didn't tell us how. They just gave us the reference images and said, see what you can do by just messing around with the program. Actually, I wonder how quick and easy it would be to actually do a really, really basic Viking helmet for fun. Mesh. Give me an icosphere. No, not an icosphere. I want the other sphere. UV sphere. And let's make sure we have one perfect side. And I want the other way. This will probably be easier to do with a box selector. Okay, then let's stick a generate mirror. Go to faces. Pick a few that look like they are the correct shape for Viking helmet. There you go, Ginger. I've made you your Viking helmet. Might be slightly late for your course, but you know. A lot of it, when it comes to this sort of stuff, is knowing what you can do. So, like, the easy thing for this was it's a sphere. So, cut it in half, then cut it in half again so you have a quarter, mirror it, and then you only have to do the one horn and it mirrors on the other side and boom. And if you really want to make it look smooth, or instead of a Viking helmet, this could be a centipede's butt. You have got to remember, Ginger, that I did spend, I think, 4 years doing this at university. Without programming, it was pretty much just 3D modeling with, I think, like 1 or 2 courses on level design. The majority of it was 3D modeling. Granted, it wasn't in Blender. They had good programs, but you know, those programs are paid, and I'm not paying for 3D Studio Max or Maya. Okay, we are on face at the moment. We want edges. Let's bring you up and bring you back. The hard part of this is remembering how to do topology for faces. Because there's meant to be good ways of doing it and bad ways of doing it. And I'm probably doing the very bad way of doing it. Because I've got a feeling that the way I vaguely remember doing it before was doing the face mask part with the eyes separately to the rest of the head and then attaching them together. Because the head on its own is relatively straightforward. Because you don't need to worry about details. It's just flat. So if we get you there, get you roughly lined up. And then, oh, that video that I watched literally just before I started watching this came in clutch. I found that something I never used to know. You can press S and it will do the scale. I knew that bit. You can press S and then, as per the bottom, X, Y, or Z to pick a specific axis you want to make it scale on. I knew that bit. What I didn't know is you can press 0 and have it put it perfectly in line with that axis for you. But now, even though you can't see it, because it's like black line on black line, hang on, that's not what I asked you to do. So we do that, we do 0. We move you to be roughly there. Why are you as two separate edges? I do not remember asking you to do that. I'm assuming at some point I hit the wrong hotkey. There we go. And we'll literally just follow. I'm hoping I'm going around. No, I'm not going around the right part of the skull, but that's okay. We're only using one edge at the moment, so it's easy enough to fix. Now, I think, if I'm remembering right, what I used to do was I then did the same with this edge. Just making sure that, we had a slight bit of topology going around. But again, like I said, I'm not going to be saving most of this. I'm just doing this more as a practice run of getting used to the software again after way too long of not using it. Oh, and my hand's starting to cramp from using the mouse this much. Oh, I love when my hand clicks when I move it. I'm going to take preemptive ibuprofen so that my hand still works in the morning. Welcome to old age. Joints decide to just stop working. Pepsi, please sponsor me. You're delicious. I'll take $1 million. Totally worth it. Because I spend about that much per year on your thing in the first place. And now it's just a case of tweaking topology a bit. Regret not paying attention to where you originally put the dots, so that technically a bunch of them are out of line. Push through the pain. Say you'll fix it next time. So you need to go up a bit. As do you. Hey, those ones line up, those ones line up. Just need edge mode, loop cut on here, and boom. New edge or face from vertices, that's the one I want. And I think we have to go clockwise to make sure the normal is facing outwards. I could be wrong. And again, there are probably way easier ways of doing this. This is just what I got taught. Yeah, well, I'm not even taught. This is what I did myself. Because for the most part, I think I had pretty much the same experience in terms of. Oh, I can just press F. Wonderful, there's a shortcut. I think I had pretty much the same experience as Ginger when it came to this. They did tend to give us a task which was mostly just, here's the thing, do it. One of them, even just whenever we asked him a question, didn't tell us the answer. He just told us to Google it, and then we later got him fired because we were paying him a ridiculous sum of money per year for the privilege of him teaching us, not making Google do it. Hi, Saboob. Please don't die in my chat. You'll stink the place up. Oh, now this is the bit that I can't remember how I did properly. Because when you get to like corners that are like this, there are like weird ways of doing it, or there's the correct way of doing it. And I can't remember what the correct way of doing it is meant to be. Because theoretically, this is a polygon. It's got 4 sides, you can put a face there, it technically works. And also, it's going to be under hair, so it probably won't actually matter if I want to cheat. But saying that, there's also the option of adding in. And let's go. Knife topology. No, not knife topology. I want loop edge. There's the option of doing this. And then rather than having it to be 4, you do this, 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 and make a new one to make a diamond. And then follow that pattern around. And that way they're all in actual, still in squares. There's not a weird, like, almost straight line. And it's meant to make it cleaner, I think, but I haven't looked at enough YouTube videos to remember how that. I've looked at one YouTube video. I've looked at 5 minutes of one YouTube video. I scrubbed the timeline bar of one YouTube video 5 minutes before this stream started to remember us one thing. So I might be completely wrong. I was too busy watching Nilered make chloroform. I don't know why I wanted to watch that, because I'm never going to need that information, but it was entertaining and I could turn my brain off. Also, I keep trying to use the same hotkeys that I have in Clip Studio, of using 1 and 2 to zoom in and out, but that just changes between Edge and Vertex mode on this. So if we did that, and then we rotate and see just how badly that actually moved the edge. Really badly. Not in the correct way at all. That so 1 is for that one. That's is it 7 is for that one. The top-down view. The idea of doing it this way, if I am correct, would be you can make a polygon diamond and it's cleaner because then you can just go and do another of those there. And you have sealed your edge without too much pain. And I think it's better to have 3 polygons in this sort of thing than to like make one of them a triangle or anything like that. Don't know how much it's going to make a difference for a VRM model because, quite frankly, I've never made one before in my life. I'm going by the seat of my pants on this. I could be incredibly wrong, and when I say I could be, I mean I probably am. I mean, for a crude start, it's not that bad. And what I should do, um, base color. Let's make it a color that's a bit. That I could have just done this all the time rather than messing with the cursor. I could have just fucking done this. Just change the color of the thing I'm working on. End we now. Right, so let's see how many edges have we got around. We've got one that matches there, that matches, that matches. I'm thinking that. Nope, it matches the next one down. Then we get to start having fun with loop cut again. So that's 1. 2. Very much the wrong shape for a head, but yeah. You would go to that one. I really hope that no one who knows what they're doing comes in, because I'm probably going to be destroying them right now. They would look at what I'm the terrible thing I'm doing and cry. U by Y, U by Y, no. Scale U by X. There we go. Ooh. The problem about doing it like this is I'm going to have so much to clean up if I carry on working on it instead of restarting. Right, okay, so we have a line of 4, a line of 3, and a line of 2 that we need to connect up properly. If we do that one for there, that should make that one relatively clean. Then we can put one there. And then this is where it gets really messy. Hmm. Delete this one. Seal those ones up. Seal those ones up. We're still left with a 5. But all these times when I was shouting at YouTube to stop giving me Blender tutorials out of nowhere, I wish I'd have listened to, because it obviously knew what I was planning on doing soon. What I could do, and I think might be the way out of this, is we go to Edge, we put a loop cut on here, back to Vertex, 4 sides, and 4 sides. There we go. The hole has been sealed using squares, and the head is a really weird shape. My God, I've been doing this for an hour and a half. How have I been doing this for an hour and a half, and this is all I've got? But I can safely say it's making time fly just like it used to when I used to do this for fun. Back when I used to not have a reason to do it, I just did it for fun before I went to uni. I was mostly self taught with it, and I spent hours. I think the first thing I tried to model properly, my mum had bought me like a foot long dragon skull ornament that had been carved out of wood. It was really heavy, but it was looked really nice. The wood had been like painted properly to look like a skull. And I think I literally sat there the one day and was like, I'm going to model that. And I went and spent about 3 days without really eating. Just wake up, open computer, start modeling, go to bed, repeat. And I think that it got to a point that my girlfriend at the time was like, why didn't you just go to university for this? And I'm like, you know what? Why the fuck not? And so I did. And I got into £20,000 worth of debt. And then never used the degree until today, really. I think since my hand is starting to get a bit too sore to carry on, I'm going to leave it there. An hour and a half, granted, I think 20 minutes of it was me screaming at the options for not being able to find the colour cursor. Um, I think we'll call it there, and then I will spend the rest of the evening before I get to bed looking to see if I can find out how to change the colour of the damn cursor, whilst not being on stream screaming at people. Also, before I go, I need to do a check for Ezzy. Um, nope, nope. Yay, there we go. It worked. It just took a while. It took a while, but we got it. It's fixed. I don't know what I did. I don't think I did anything, but it works. Yeah, let's have a look, see who is online. I'm guessing it's going to be Stars, Stars, and possibly Stars. Oh my god, Stars is not online. This is insane. How is Stars not online? Stars must be ill. Just double check to make sure I'm not going blind. Nope, Stars is definitely not online. The only person online is Tushi, so let's raid Tushi. I don't think we've had a chance to ever raid Tushi before. The wonderful little Octoboy. So yeah, as always, thank you everyone for watching. It's been, I hesitate to say fun. There's been a bit of frustration, a bit of like epiphany of oh, I remember how to do this. Yeah, I remember. And yeah, mostly frustration. But it's been fun nonetheless. I might have to do some more of this on stream once I've like remembered how things work properly. Plus, it gives me a reason to actually work on this model. But yeah, until then, next stream probably Saturday. I'm not sure what time because I have D&D with Sheepa, but we'll see. Probably in the evening sometime. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Say hello to Tushi for me.